It's your girl! And happy Valentine's Day! Thank God you're spending it with me instead of people who actually want to be with you. Just kidding. There's no one that wants to be with you. This is my Valentine's Day gift for you. Me answering questions about myself that you guys have asked me. Pretty self-explanatory, so let's just jump into it. First question, Kirino or Sagiri? I would have to say Sagiri because she's a lot nicer. Can you do your best Sans Undertale impression? I've never played Undertale. Blech. What's your favorite type of alcohol? I feel like I answer this question every single Q&A, but for everybody who's watching this for the first time and doesn't know, and you feel like being spicy and just, giving some to me, it's Prosecco. What's a good manga for people to start with? I haven't really read any manga, and it seems like a good medium, but I feel like it might be take a bit to get used to. So what's a series you feel would be good for first-time manga readers? Well, to that question, I'd have to ask the question, what kind of genre do you like? Because there's 1,000,010 manga series that I can tell you that I love, but they might not be to your taste because you don't like the genre of it. I mean, personally, a lot of the times when people ask me this, and I ask them what genre they like, they say action or something like that. So I'd probably say to you, for a manga series that you might enjoy, that's like action-filled, that you've ever, read before, maybe be One Punch Man, if you want to go for the most popular kind. Vagabond, if you want something a bit more. Either way, it does depend. I'm just honestly spewing answers out of my ass here. Stockings or skirts? Both, because I love them both combined. What was your favorite anime growing up and why? I think I also answered this before in a previous Q&A, but I'll answer it again. My favorite anime growing up was Kamishima Karen. That actually opened the doors to me into anime in general. Of course, I watched Naruto and, all the anime on there, but nothing really sucked me in as quickly as Kamishima Karen did. It's a pretty unknown anime, which is what, I can feel like my hipster blood started early, but it really opened the doors for me to want to start voice acting and try to be more into anime in the anime community. I was obsessed as shit with that anime. Holy shit. I kept going around trying to tell people to oh, call me Karen, call me Kamishima Karen. Oh my god. I hate young Weeb Sydney so much. Thoughts on Jump Force? I feel really bad for everybody that's bought it for its full price because it looks terrible. Have you ever played some of the games in the Persona series? Will you play Persona 5 by any chance? No. Have you ever contemplated reenacting a TikTok video? If so, which one? No, because I'm not a fucking degenerate. What's your fave anime this year so far? Big fan. Thank you. It's hard to say, if I'm honest, because I don't really keep up with the seasonal anime as much as I'd like to admit, because I usually read the manga before, and then if I've read the manga, I see no point in watching the anime. Honestly, I think Fruits Baskets will probably be one anime this year that I'm just going to be sucking the dick off of until it just doesn't have it anymore. What is your favorite hentai and ecchi manga? I mean, we all have a Faku account. Let's not all pretend we're innocent here. Who remembers the name of their hentais? Does everybody just have a specific hentai and they just remember the name of it? The only hentai names I remember are the ones that are really fucking weird. I suppose if I had to choose my favorite hentai, it'd have to be the School Days game cutscenes. Does that count? Favorite ecchi manga? Honestly, I only really like reading ecchi manga when it's really, really trashy. It has the stupidest amount of drama. Manhwa, ecchi, adult, mature. It's oh, I'm cheating on my husband and having an affair, and oh, stupid, really stupid ones. But I want to give you a real answer for my favorite hentai, so let me try and jog my memory for a quick fucking second here. I mean, if I had to go back to my teen years and I had to name one, I would suppose it would be Kanojo times Kanojo times Kanojo or Eroge. why sex and games make sexy games. I feel very humiliated right now and wish to move on to the next question. Let's go! Have you met any of the famous manga writers? I have actually met quite a few famous manga authors. Like, I've met the mangaka of Goblin Slayer before I was obsessed with Goblin Slayer. And I also believe I've met the mangaka or the novelist, the light novelist. I keep saying mangaka, but they're light novel authors. I met the mangaka of Overlord. Favorite creepy manga or anime? Not just gory, but genuinely creepy. I am not going to include the anime part because for me, horror anime can't really be scary because of it being an animation form. I'm not sure how to explain it, but I've personally never really been frightened from an anime. I think it's just because, like, you know that it's not real and that never could happen to you. Whereas with manga, it can unnerve you easier. Or maybe I'm sounding really stupid here, but I'm just going on a tangent. But it would be a sin if I did not include all of Junji Ito's works as some of the most genuinely creepy series that you could ever find that would just make you unnerved. But I would like to mention some other series that I feel deserve a bit more love. I really love short stories of horror series because you can get a little bit of everything in them. And you can just, any sort of form of horror that you want, it's usually in there. So for manga like that, I really like manga such as You Will Hear the Voices of the Dead or Screaming Lessons. I really like Noah of the Blood Sea. That's a pretty unnerving series. For genuinely good horror manga that would keep you on edge, I really personally liked Jinroll Game. If you want a very niche but also widely popular manga that is very unnerving, I definitely recommend Homunculus. It definitely has a few scenes that will make you feel a little sick. Maybe I'll make a video on it one day. It definitely deserves it. Maybe I should make another horror manga thing at some point, but for now, there you go. But yeah, I hope that answered your question. If you ever want a more specific type or more specific name for what you want, I'm so bad at talking. If you ever have a certain niche genre or a certain type of things you'd like in a horror manga series, then I will answer you more specifically. Do you actively go out and try to find the most random manga ever to review? Or is it just an inherent talent of yours to randomly grab it? I would honestly like to say that I do have an eye for odd manga. Sometimes, however, I am very lucky when I'm reading a manga and I don't really know much about it and all of a sudden I'm just fucking scarred. However, sometimes I do go out of my way searching online on Bookwalker or on any manga sites really for an odd series that, you know, might be fun to read and might be a fun script. I think that answered my question. Your question, not mine. Why do you have an obsession with serial killers? Okay, so some of you guys might not know, but I actually do have a pretty big obsession with serial killers. I do come from Wisconsin, aka the place where a lot of serial killers are. I have a really big fascination with murder stuff and talking about that, blah, blah, blah. I know that might seem weird, but I don't think it's as uncommon as you may think. I just really like thinking about the mindset of how a human could do these despicable things. I feel like everybody has a morbid obsession with something, and this is my morbid obsession, and And also, when there's characters such as the Rail Tracer, then how could you not be obsessed with serial killers? Best husbando ever in any form of media ever. Alright guys, I hope I answered your questions and I hope you enjoyed this video. Please remember to keep an eye out on my Twitter for my next Q&A question thing that you can ask me questions on. Sorry if I didn't get around to answering your questions. There were about 300 questions. Either way, I hope you enjoyed it. Please remember to like, comment, and subscribe, and follow me on all of my social medias. And I will see you probably Sunday when I release my next video.